What would you do if thrown on the island? No clothes, no food, no clean water, and there's no AI to call for help. Welcome to 21 Days of Wild Survival. A game not for the faint of heart. It's a place where every step can be met by wild animals. Every night is a battle of hunger, and each player has to trade sweat and tears, even pride just to survive. A jeweler wants to prove old but close. A former soldier PTSD sets out to find himself again. And a model. They have to swallow crabs and dig termites to survive. Whether willpower can beat the physical limit. Whether the survival instinct is strong enough to overcome the rigors of nature. Let's explore the survival stories, the unexpected shocks, and the moments you can't take your eyes off right now. Programs for people over 18 years old. If you are under 18, please do not watch. No shirt, no pants, no phone. One male, a female stranger must complete a survival challenge. 21 days in the wilderness. If survived through BA7, 21 days will receive a reward of 100,000 United States dollars. If Jennifer is an 18-year-old girl, to successfully complete the challenge, before she left, she taught herself basic survival skills. He also asked his neighbor to teach him how to drill wood and light a fire. David is 50 years old, is a jewelry business owner. In society, you're the one who has a place, and that's hard. They call me Diamond Boy. I don't care if there's a reward or not. Enter the contest, just to prove it to your old wife at home. Is old but the chicken bones still chewed vegetables. Soon the two met. As soon as David met Jennifer, I was so excited about the show. Parrot for you. Couple with a young girl. Jennifer, she said it was the first time she'd seen the wrinkle. Like that. David, I see my partner is a beautiful young girl. He showed off his muscles and said he'd give her a life. Worry enough you get out the map and study the route. They're both going to the forest ahead to start a business. Walk for a few minutes. A crook tree appears in front. They decided to spend the night here and talk. David was responsible for finding some trees to frame. Jennifer collected 10 palm leaves to make a tent roof. In the evening it began to rain slightly, so you don't get cold, you to drill a fire hole together. However, the fire that had just started was extinguished due to the wet weather. There was no fire last night, they both suffered from the cold. Today's main goal is to find a niche. Camp New Sun scorching noon. The constant walking left David in the sun. Dehydration symptoms appear quickly. In despair Cherry's soil to find water. I can't believe the water is even darker. Turn off your lights. To dry to death thirst. Now I just know where it is. After water replenishment, Jennifer finds dinner on the lawn. It's a big snail. You don't know what to put in your pocket. We'll find another place to tunnel it at night. A few hours after we both walked, found a pile of clay. Mud is known as a natural sunscreen. David rubbed Jennifer everywhere. Jennifer quickly rubbed it back for me. David didn't forget to rub his bald head. A few hours later, they both found a great place to camp. The strangely shaped rock is called the Stone City. The small hole at the top is the perfect shelter. You to start working together. David's in charge of outsourcing. Jennifer took on the important task of starting a fire. But after rubbing for a long time, there's still no spark. David on the other side soon found a small puddle in the valley. I don't care if it's safe to drink, as long as there is water. After running back, they both drill holes together. The fire works tirelessly. After a while a great fire broke out. Give the snail directly now. Picked up the fire in minutes. Finish eating. It tastes like chicken, tender and juicy. With protein supplementation. You do have been in a drama all night tonight. Wake up the next day. Jennifer finds a pile of caviar in the ditch. David said there's money out there. Not sure if I bought it. Jennifer can't wait to take a big sip. David took a sip. The taste is simply not so good. Back to two people. I saw a lizard lying on a cliff. As soon as you want to reach out and catch it. I saw a big colony of bees on top of the rock. Before both reactions, David's boy was bitten. I don't know what to do. Lucky, Jennifer quickly ran up and did something. It makes you feel better. On the way back to camp, they were attacked by jaguars. Fortunately, this is a baby jaguar. If the people are sure to be its meal. Go back to the camp and hurry. A few days passed. There's traps all around the camp. Despite David's protein supplements every night, But it's not enough for an 18-year-old like Jennifer. You're out of breath because you're hungry, when she thought her comrade was an old man. Not reliable. You were crying on the spot. Like you said, self-control. To eat, you have to work hard. It seems like you still have to rely on yourself. She intends to accept the risk of being bitten. Go get some honey to make it up to you. It's about setting you off with a torch. To prevent a bee sting on the head. Still have to wrap your head and then stick it in the hive. She takes her hand and puts it down and tries to get too excited. She took a large piece before she left. After returning to camp, she generously shared with David. After a hearty meal, the two of you have a good night's sleep. Soon it was the 21st day. Evacuation point. This time we need to go through a waterfall 6 kilometers away, then walk to the cave 5 kilometers away. To get to the evacuation point, after an hour of walking. Finally, there was an off-road car to pick them up. Survival challenge. 21 days of both officially ended. At the same time successfully received $100,000. In the next section, a man and woman challenged for survival. Primal in the wilderness. The location of this challenge will be a volcano. It is working. Both will survive 21 days here. Condition is not to bring food and drink. And no clothes. If you pass the test, will receive a $100,000 reward. Male player is 28 years old. He's from California. He's a martial arts coach. From a young age, he went on adventures with his father in the wilderness. Some survival skills. The wilderness was handed down to you by your father. Join the challenge this time, mainly to prove myself to you. I hope my partner is a very strong person. Don't depend on me for everything. The player is 33-year-old Doan. She graduated from West Point Military Academy. He was on the battlefield in Afghanistan. Only after the war was over. You had to retire, because of post-war trauma. The reason for joining the program is that you want a challenge, go beyond your limits. There are a lot of houses in front. But there's no AI here. A previous volcanic eruption that destroyed this place. The survivors have migrated elsewhere. First time meeting. I thought maybe a player needed it. After the chat introduced Xiao to get acquainted, both of you open up the map. They decided to get as far away from the volcano as possible. Stay as far away from the volcano as possible. If you don't miss it like a volcano erupts, make sure you have enough time to escape. Doan may not be well versed in survival skills, just as wild as Jack. But you've been a soldier for 15 years. You went to the battlefield, so your survival score isn't too low. She's rated 7 points a point. Although the substance is more proficient in wild survival skills, but his physical strength is worse than his. There's a bush on the way, and the branches are full of thorns. The tree also has toxins. Even though they both tried to avoid getting stabbed, but too many thorns will always accidentally scratch. The sun will set in about an hour. But they haven't found a place to live yet. The loss continues to move forward. Dawn's advantage is now more apparent. Toughness resistance. I still don't feel tired walking for so long. On the contrary, the substance is tired and can no longer walk until the evening. I can see that there's no strength to go on. I can only find a relatively safe place nearby to build a temporary shelter. I'm interested right now. He wanted to play the game. He planted radish. I was tired walking all day. You said you just want to rest. Let's sleep through the night and not talk about anything else. To the next day. To people rest for a night with some energy. The goal of both is to get out of range. The danger of volcanoes. You have to be safe for yourself. Only then shelter. That can be built to settle unemployment. By midday, his physical strength was exhausted. The iron is fine. For someone who's fought on the battlefield. Like you, these things. It's just a kid. It's just weather like this. It's still near the crater. It's hot. There's a lot of volcanic gas nearby. Don't breathe too much volcanic gas. Her stomach is scratching nausea. But you keep on going. You both need to find a safe place. Stop and find water. In this hot weather, if there's no water, both will not survive. After finding water, you can't wait to drink every sip. I don't care if it's clean or not. To people walking for almost 2 days are dying of thirst. Severe lack of water in the body, plus the hot weather. You can get sunstroke at any time. After drinking water and resting, they both plan to build a shelter near the water. But there's been disagreement about building shelters. I want to go a little further. But I think it's much more convenient to have water here. I'm sure that living near trees will attract insects. It's not easy to rest at night. I think Dawn is too strong. Don't you allow me to have another opinion. You finally have to give in. To build a shelter under a tree. After settling the baseball field, they both started having fun. It rains again in the evening. You're still hot at noon. Now cold to shiver 7. There's no other way. The preservative opened the oven to bake the potato. As soon as morning comes, we're both going to start a fire. Who claims to be a master at drilling wood to make fire? He started a fire at the age of 10. I'm pretty cocky about drilling wood for fire. I was going to give you a hand. I was a little rejected by you. I want to do it myself. You shouldn't talk about this either. Said you should bring a lighter. The result is that you lose face. After listening, I always don't know what to say. Get up immediately and go forward. She's looking for something to eat or a fire. She found a bird's nest on the way. You said you're a team now. Team spirit in the military is very important. This bird's nest should be given to you. The bird's nest will light a fire more easily. After bringing the bird's nest back, although the substance is a little unpleasant, fortunately the fire was lit. Don't hesitate to praise. After the fire is over, you're going out to find food. Although there is no meat, but fortunately there are some fruits, so you two can eat. He also changed his mind about Doan at this point. I think you're a perfect match. They care about the feelings of others. You can clearly see that I'm not happy. While Doan was resting at the shelter, suddenly I heard a rush to check. Group program. The discovery also came quickly. Jack accidentally fell from the mountain. Program group does not allow to continue the challenge. The wound of the substance is very serious and must be treated immediately. After getting in the car, you even have to breathe oxygen. I see that everything is fine. The shelter has been built. The fire was also lit smoothly. No one expected the accident, that their ordeal had to end. When we meet, it's hard to leave. The story is still unfinished. Reluctant to leave the challenge. Just like that, unplanned, dangerous incidents made the nest. The program was forced to stop the 2 men's challenge. In the next section, take a couple away. Stranger to Wild Island Survival Challenge. Don't get dressed. There is no food source provided. You only have to survive 21 days. Will receive a bonus of 100,000 United States dollars. The first person to appear was male player Lucas, 40 years old. He's an expert in open-air survival. I have a special interest in sports. Outdoor, not physically inferior to a young couple 10. Next up is 26-year-old Sam. She's a sports fashion model. When free, she often participated in various ice skating competitions. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the shape and appearance. Both players were taken to the beach by the program. As soon as I met Lucas, Sam was deeply attracted to his masculinity. And Lucas was excited to be paired with a beautiful young girl. After the presentation, to people check out survival gear. Lucas chose to bring a knife, and Sam picked a lighter. The program is also carefully prepared. Give everyone a camera. You can make some short movies when you're bored. Open the map to see the current location. You're standing at the southernmost point of the island. First have to cross a forest full of thorns to go to the east coast of the island to set up camp. You can climb the hill in 21 days, waiting for a rescue helicopter. To people quickly move to the target point. In a forest full of ants, the ground is also covered in deciduous bushes, like serrated teeth. Lucas thick leather go front open road, Sam follow behind. The rarest thing on the island is fresh water. This is also the main goal of both players. It's very difficult to walk in this dense forest. It took the 2 of them for hours. Just arrived at the designated location. It says there's fresh water nearby. Whether you can find it or not, it depends on luck. After a while they found a small pool of water. This water must be boiled to drink. Now you've got to figure out how to make fire. To scrub hay with flint. Lucas is responsible for getting the firewood. Sam's actually pretty good at making fire. The fire was lit in a few minutes. Lucas cut to pieces of bamboo to make bamboo tubes, then pour water in and drop the heated stone. Because this time the program doesn't offer to people. So you can only do that with this method. Lucas took a drink first. Sam also took a deep breath. This water is actually a little hard to drink. Until noon. Temperature high 40 degree, make the people really not want to do anything. But at night the forest is full of insects. Even if you don't want to, you have to get up and build a tent. Fortunately, there are many palm leaves on the island. They both set up camp before dark. You're almost exhausted today, so quickly fall asleep. Time the next day. The temperature dropped so much last night that Sam was cold, but the main goal of both is now. It's not a camp. Yesterday there was a smell in the water, so you've got to find a cleaner water source. Do people use a knife to cut the banana tree raw? Some water can be emitted from here, but very little water. This is not enough for your daily needs. Lucas' suggestion was to cut down the coconut tree for emergency relief. But Sam, they think they should conserve energy first. Why don't you go into the forest and see if there's a pond? But Lucas, I feel like a tree can't stop me. The result is that after cutting for a long time, I just peeled a little bark. I was hungry and tired and turned the wheel. Even if Sam was there to convince you. But I don't give up. It took more than 2 hours to cut down the coconut tree. Lucas, I think my efforts have finally paid off. I didn't realize the coconut was just an empty shell. When you pry it out, I see there's not even a drop of water. I want to cry but I can't. Now I want to swim straight home along the sea. This place is deceiving. Time to day 3. Lucas had to follow Sam out to find water. If no water is added, you will be forced to withdraw from the competition. No water for more than 3 days. Your life could be in danger at any time. To do this, you have to search every corner of the forest. But after a long journey, they both still found nothing. Sam made himself a sun suit out of banana leaves, to people to a rock. Fortunately, this time they both made the right bet. The water doesn't look very clean. Eager and thirsty, Sam lay down to drink a little hard. You don't care much. Fortunately, the water doesn't seem to be broken. Sam was fine. Lucas drank a lot. I run across the island just to drink water. They no longer have the strength to find food. A torrential rain has awakened to people out of dreams at night. The good news is you don't have any water left to drink. When the time comes Thursday, Lucas's body finally couldn't take it anymore. It's raining and I'm cold. After the rain stopped, I feel like my whole body is empty. Sam's going to get water from the rock into the bamboo pipe. Lucas couldn't get out of bed anymore. Sam has to carry the burden of life alone. To the 7th day, Lucas's body finally recovered. But I was mentally shocked. I always thought I was tough. Only today did I realize that I was old. There are no more tendons. You're not as good as Sam. You are ready to withdraw from the competition. I told Sam this news. Sam can't talk to you at all. I thought you were a tough guy. I didn't expect you to be so weak. I haven't been able to find out in depth since I arrived. I can only advise you to think more carefully. If it's easy to give up like this, when you get home, you'll be laughed at for half your life. Besides, you're a survival coach. Who dares to follow your study? I think Sam's thinking makes sense. He started an outdoor survival class. If this land is wide, you will not survive in this industry. I decided to have fun and start working hard. Coincidentally, I also found a forest banana pot. Time to day 8. The small puddle on the rock crevice has dried up. You need to find a new water source as soon as possible. Review that it rains more often in the tropics. They cut a lot of bamboo to collect rainwater. There was something wrong with Sam's body. You feel tired, not drinking water for a long time. This is a sign that the body is severely dehydrated. Lucas just got his energy back. Who knew that Sam was depressed? Time to day 11. They're both hanging out on the beach. Lucas pulled a knife under the rock. Suddenly there's a crab running out. In the blink of an eye, it disappears a trace. Luckily, Sam found a crab in the sand. This helps you not to leave empty-handed. They both think of survival. They may be moving in the right direction. Who knows when you're sleeping in the middle of the night? Lucas sat up. The next second was Sam's cry for help. With the medical staff, Lucas suddenly twitched and passed out. The program sent someone to take you to the hospital. In the middle of the night, the doctor gave me a full examination. I found out you have epilepsy. Due to severe water loss, you're going to be in the hospital for a long time. The challenge suddenly made Sam lonely. Lucas didn't do anything to help her in the first place. Now you don't even have AI to talk to. But she had no intention of giving up such a challenge. She made a simple bamboo spear. Hungry and worried, she kept an eye on the shark. The small shark is often seen on the coast. She tried to attack with a spear but failed. Shark skin can't be pierced by bamboo. You can only go back to camp to find another solution. She heard a mouse in the middle of the night while she was sleeping. This scares you. Early the next morning she went out looking for traces of mice. But on such a big island, you can't find a mouse. After walking around for a while, she decided to give up. Time to day 16. She went out to the sea to dig crabs after catching the little crab. She shoved it straight into her mouth. It's just an original crispy piece. She's too lazy to peel or bake it. Now your only goal is to survive. When the time comes to the 19th, you're lying on the ground in camp. You're so hungry you're going to faint. You just try to endure. The final challenge has been 21 days. Today is the old days. But your current physical condition is terrible. so as not to faint along the way. She grinds her teeth digging a lot of termites to eat. This acidity is unimaginable. You can only say that the amount. This protein is not high. You need to walk 5 kilometers around the entire island. This journey is not just about walking through different forms of hunting. You also have to go through the sea. There are many poisonous sea snakes. Next is the final level. You need to climb the hillside 50 meters high. It's a huge challenge to physical ability. You leave at 8 o'clock in the morning and have to arrive before 5 p.m. You have to climb the hill before it gets dark. Otherwise, the challenge will be considered 7 defeats. You don't stop climbing. As we get closer and closer to the top of the mountain, the $100,000 bonus seems. It's like waving to you. With relentless effort. You really succeeded. Everything is unbelievable. She took her camera and recorded the moment in front of her. Now, you can travel the world with your prize money. In the next section, the Wilderness Survival Program has a new exception. Players will be randomly selected this time. From comments are fans, programmed to take to the African wilderness, where these ferocious beasts invade. As long as they survive there for 14 days, can get a reward of 100,000 United States dollars. So if you're lucky enough to be chosen, do you dare to join? The female player chosen this time is Dana. She came here in a car handga. On the outside, you look so cute. In fact, in your heart, you're extremely rebellious. Surfing, boating, and racing. All sports in spite of death. It's all your hobby. She's a conservative voice in towns and villages. Nearby ability to survive in the wild. It's basically zero. Fortunately, her partner is pretty good. Rock is a big fan of survival shows. Wild Place. You learn a lot of survival from watching. Sometimes I'll go outside to practice. Like lighting a fishing fire and pitching a tent. It's not hard for you. Soon enough, the two met deep in the forest. To face the world as if looking at each other. They both seem a little reserved after the simple greetings. Then you to study the map. To get to the nearest water source, need to cross the territory of wild animals. You should always be alert when attacked. Also pay attention to the spines under your feet. Walk cautiously for more than 1 hour. It's finally safe water. You're lucky you didn't spend any effort. Caught to catfish. But now it's too late. We need to make camp first for safety. And the catfish to the side. Keep it in the water and wait for tomorrow to process. Both of you take shelter together. Cut down the tree and build it around a protective wall. Soon the shelter was completed. Go, Theo, pick up the foaming hay. Very quickly lit the fire. Soon the water was boiling. All for survival factors are available. What other players do in a few days. They both finished it within half a day since it started. Faster progress than previous players. Do people have fun talking at night? Suddenly there's a rhino approaching the camp. It scared the two of you so much that you lost your voice. Fortunately, the rhino is just curious about his new friend. After looking at two people for a while, he left. Time the next day. Both of you are going to have a delicious breakfast. The two men regretted seeing the fish. One of them is dead at this point. Fortunately, the key is quite fresh. With a little regret. Peeling off professionally. Because they both love the soup. So the two of you chose to boil the delicious fish. Just a little bit of salt flavor. Of course, a good meal is not enough. Rock uses fish meat as bait and puts fishing lines in the swamp. About whether there's going to be a harvest. You said it depends on God's will. Time on day 3. In the morning, we both boil a pot of water, drinking to fool my hungry stomach. Rock admits that if he's hungry, he can get irritated. Dana was so scared that she quickly caught him, hand in hand to make a fish trap basket. I once saw a player make a fish basket. I decided to make the same model. She wrapped the Leo rope around. Do the big one first, and then do the small one inside. After combining the two, they're placed in deep water. And towards the howl. Then you go to the fishing line. There's no luck, nothing. Time to the 4th day. God did not bless you. There's nothing to harvest in the fish basket. They both realize that they've been having trouble catching fish lately. So I turned my attention to the birds. Rock is a long-time fan of the show. I remember the trap of a former player. But I had a problem in the process. In fact, the principle of the trap is very simple. Just use a bent tree branch as a head. A trap connected to the ground by wires. When a bird flies in search of food, it's going to activate the mechanism that's elevated. But 7 consecutive defeats make the slope extremely irritable. Fortunately, Dana was there to convince him. My mood gradually stabilized. Finally finished laying the bird trap. It's just that there are unforeseen circumstances. It rains a lot at night. Your camp has no roof. You're both sitting here wet all night. It's finally dawn. Rock rush check trap. Even though it's been activated. But there's nothing up there. I suspect due to the heavy rain. Even a little angry, but I've set it up again. Dana next door hurried to get the wood. After all, fire is hope in the wilderness. This way they both survived to day 8. Dana was so hungry that she felt dizzy. You can just lie in the shade and rest. The last two realized only when directly participating. It was only then that I realized this challenge, how hard it is. On the 9th day, Dana still felt no better. Rock decided to change strategy and take the initiative. I made a simple spear out of a stick. Just poke the fish in the water. But the fish is more cunning than I thought. I worked all day without a harvest. Unlucky people who drink cold water will also get clogged teeth, too hungry at night. An elephant came near the camp. The elephant wandered around the camp all night. Keep to people looking at each other all night. Time to the 10th day. Dana found her partner unwell. Then she went out to find food. Not long after walking, she came across a large berry tree. Although this can't completely fill the stomach. Both, but you can also take some vitamins. Time to day 12. You could say you were hungry and crazy. Even the little maggots on the ground. Nor is it forgiven. It's just that the small amount of food is not enough to fill the space between the teeth. Come back to the dress and drop the fishing line. This time your trap didn't make you 7. A fish that actually bit the fish. Look at the size of this fish. That's enough for the people to eat. The almost rusty woodland knife finally came in handy. Rock's way of dissecting fish is still very professional. Both of you still show no interest in barbecue. The smell of cashew broth radiated from the pot. Eating a piece of meat directly saves the soul. Add a sip of fish soup to your stomach. The two immediately resurrected the human. Time will no longer be difficult. Night of the 13th day. There's only one night left. Together, the AI will get back tomorrow. It's definitely the longest 2 weeks of their lives. You to feel sincere. Give each other what you want to give. To people who think they can successfully challenge in 21 days. Then they're all really wonderful people. Until the 14th day. Before departure, both confirm the evacuation route. Need to go through 2 miles of bush. The rescue will come after reaching the top of the mountain. They both suffered like this for 2 hours. Finally at the foot of the hill. Next is climbing when you reach the highest point. The rescue car also arrived. When you get in the show car, it also means that the challenge was successful. Maybe the memories of this time. Both will forever be unforgettable. If you're given such an opportunity to challenge, are you confident of winning the award? Integration and educational value. A survival is not just a skill but a will to live. Not a few people enter the challenge with confidence and strength and experience. But it's the people who are persistent about the new spirit. The one who comes to the end of the journey. Important skill lessons. But it's the will that keeps you alive. 2. Managing emotions is an important survival skill. It's not an external threat. It's the arguments. New selfishness and lack of empathy. Pushing players to the brink of collapse. A lesson in adversity. Understanding heart and cooperation is the key to survival. Women are not weak. They just haven't had a chance to show it. The female players in the show not only overcome difficulties but also transport a solid support for your team. For lessons, the real power is not in the muscles. It's in the heart and the head. 4. Nature the enemy or the teacher. Forest insects, mud, soil, poison, gas. It's all a challenge, but it's also a valuable survival textbook. Advice. Learn to observe, listen, and respect nature. For don't wait until it's too late. Year. Modern people should relearn primitive skills. You just need to know how to start a fire, filter water, or build shelter. You've increased your chances of survival many times over. Let's learn some basic skills. Not to be a stopper, but to be a survivor. Survival is not just a game between people and nature. It's a silent fight with ourselves, with fatigue, fear of self, and moments of weakness. What you just witnessed. It's not just the challenges, stress to choking. It's also proof of one thing. People are pushed to the limit. Will find a reason to continue to live for honor. Out of camaraderie or simply because. Not accepting to give up. Even if you're sitting in an air-conditioned room. Phone holder. Then these stories. It will still make you think. Appreciate more than what you have. If you find this Vidike attractive and valuable, don't hesitate. Like Vi to give more motivation. For the channel to continue producing quality content. Subscribe channel. To not miss the inspiring survival stories. Next. And please comment. Let us know if you are a friend. Would you try to survive 21 days? In the middle of the jungle or the island, as they are not. If you've been through situations. To survive in everyday life. Like running out of money at the end of the month. Lost without a cell phone. Or have to take care of it all by yourself. Please share that story below. I don't know. You are the one who inspires others. See you in the next episode, instinctively. Faith and will continue to be tested to the end.